Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. When Bob Marley said these words, he was asking people to stand up for their rights. I'm simply asking you to stand up for your health. Sitting is killing you. Yeah, you heard me right. Sitting is killing you. Slowly but surely, every minute you spend on your comfortably flattened backside is killing you. I know that you already know that sitting is unhealthy, but are you stopping to acknowledge how bad the hours you spend unmoving at your desk are for you? Research shows that sitting for 6 hours or more a day is equivalent to smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. It increases your risk of death by up to 40%. Risk of breast or colon cancer goes up by 10%, heart disease by 6%, type 2 diabetes by 7%. I'm not going to swallow these numbers whole, of course, and neither should you. But it doesn't matter, does it? Just the fact that something as simple and ubiquitous as sitting is so bad that we have to measure how it might be killing us is scary enough. Did you think you were quite healthy? I don't drink, I don't smoke, I do yoga every day. But it turns out if sitting is your vice, it is as bad as any of these. And 30 to 60 minutes of yoga or exercise every day, although great for your health, is not enough to counter the harm caused by sitting for long periods. To counter the harm of sitting, you have to keep interrupting sitting. Again, you probably knew that. But what are you doing about it? When was the last time you got up from your desk and walked around the office just for a stretch? Or stopped staring at your screen to flex your feet? Or stopped typing for a minute to rotate your wrists? Apparently, you should ideally be interrupting sitting every 30 minutes. What are you thinking? My back is already messed up. Doing a few neck rotations at my desk isn't going to fix anything. But it just might. A few neck rotations can make a difference. Do the little things. Don't give up the fight. But I'm going to talk here about the big things, because even if you tend to let the little things slide, a few big impact changes can save your life. I once wrote an article called "Nothing is More Important Than Money Except These Things." Health was one of those things. I had been in a lot of pain when I wrote that article, and I ended up saying, right now, as I sit here typing this out, I'm trying to ignore a mild throbbing in my upper back. You could pay me $1 million for this article, or you could say I'll take away that niggling pain from your back, and I would choose the latter. Physical pain and discomfort can just ruin the joy of little things, everyday things. I write for a living, but sitting here at a computer writing every day is slowly killing me. This is something money can't fix. I'd pay someone to fix it, but they can't. So after I wrote this, I had to figure out how to fix it myself. And now you're thinking, well, she's still sitting at a desk writing, isn't she? Actually, I'm not. After reading about some offices in Western countries that are providing standing desk options for their employees, I decided that I needed one of those as well. You can buy a standing workstation online, but they're pretty expensive. So I created my own standing desk at my workstation. I just stacked a cardboard box on my desk, put my computer on top of it. Free, easy, and now I'm going to live longer. Plus, it's a great conversation starter. People from all across the office come by to say, "Why are you standing?" or "Who punished you?" It's either making me very popular or very unpopular. A standing desk is one big idea that can make a big difference. If your office environment won't support this kind of crazy, healthy behavior, or you simply don't have the space for it, here's something else you can do. Walk the talk. You know how Shekhar Gupta conducts walking interviews for his show, Walk the Talk? You can do the same with your meetings. I got this idea from Nilofer Merchant, who says in a great TED Talk that if you have a meeting, take a walk. Got a meeting? Take a walk. The talk is called. And instead of coffee meetings or conference room meetings, she asks people for walking meetings. And that gives her a chance to be healthy while not having to give up productivity at all. It's another big idea and requires a big leap at first. In fact, she tells the story about how this idea came to her. She requested someone for a meeting and they said, I have to walk my dog. Will you walk with me? And that's how she started doing walking meetings. And now she walks 30 to 40 kilometers a week just during her meetings. It is a big leap. You probably need to overcome the embarrassment of just doing things this way. But to make real change, you have to do something really different, right? Start small. Start doing it with people you're most comfortable with, your closest colleagues or casual friends. And when you're more confident, you can translate that into your professional norm. One other idea, this one is big too, take up smoking, but not really. I've noticed that the people who regularly get up, walk around, walk up and down stairs, and get the most fresh air, ironically, are the smokers. Unfortunately, the destruction caused by smoking negates any advantages brought by the regular sitting interruptions. But what if everyone else did the same? Take smoke breaks. Go outside, walk around for 5 minutes. Don't smoke and just come back. That would be more health and less cancer. So it turns out non-smoking smokers are healthier than non-smoking non-smokers. Yeah, complicated, I know, but you get the point, right? Just get up more. If you're not a smoker though, remembering to get up often is not as easy. After all, there's no craving to remind you to get up and go outside. Some people say you drink more water and then take a walk every time you take a loo break. Or you can do what I did and download and install Work Rave. It's a wonderfully helpful program which will remind you to get up and stretch every so often throughout the day. I'm telling you this for 2 reasons. One is to scare you dramatically into getting off your chair. If you don't, you will die. And the other is to figure out ways to healthify the long days you spend on your behind. Things that not everyone will, but anyone can do to salvage their bodies while they go about using their minds to full capacity. Do you care enough about your mind to stand up? If so, I hope you stood up while you were listening to this. Thank you.